Hello again everyone, and welcome back to another video on this wonderful platform we call the internet. Now you're probably wondering, why the hat? Well, it is because I am preparing myself for a upcoming video, so that should be exciting. Anyway though, just last night I finally watched War of the Worlds 2025, and well, it wasn't the worst movie I've seen. That still goes to Gamer, but it still also wasn't the best, I will say. It's the worst movie of this year, from what I've heard, but it's not the worst movie I've seen this year. It's the worst movie to come out this year, no doubt, but in terms of all the movies I've seen this year, it is not the worst. That still goes to Gamer, because I watched that this year too. Now let me start with a few positives, well, that I find, that for me personally. So for starters, the tripod designs actually do look kind of cool, and I found it different and kind of clever how they could detach from their legs and stuff, and function as like a UFO and stuff. That was actually pretty.
Upon entering Earth's atmosphere, becoming what used to be called shooting stars.
Oh. Damn. All right, that's crazy right there.
Personal data to use against us.
Not on my watch.
Everywhere we go.
Hey.
A muffin? Really? A muffin. What do you think? You need more protein.
You mean Mom's house?
What'd you say?
Hey, Pops.
Pops. I'm not your daddy, man. Damn, changed the password again. Damn. Shit. What an asshole. Boom.
That was easy.
Say it again. Oh, shit. Hold on. I gotta add Briggs to this conversation. Little punk. Touchdown. Ooh. Shit. Oh, this is insane. Jesus.
Interesting. Like, I haven't seen them do that before, actually. Not even in the better War of the Worlds from 2005, but yeah. But the sound design, at least with the noise that the tripods make, and also the whole on the screen thing, but the way the movie was, like how it all takes place on a computer screen and stuff, sort of like Unfriended and Searching and all that. So yeah. And it had a pretty decent cast, I will say as well. Either whatever the fuck her surname is, Ice Cube, Clark Gregg, so on and so forth. And now for the negatives, which is everything else. So for starters, the CGI. Once again, while the tripods do look cool, they do, design wise, they look cool and sound cool, but CGI wise, it's shit. What else? Explosions, shit. and God knows what else. Alright, back to positives for a moment. There's one is the story, sort of. I do like how they changed it up to more based on modern society, I guess you could say, with the whole thing of that they collect data and all that. And, you know, you get the idea. But at the same time, though, it's sort of convoluted. Pen and paper, it sounds good, but in execution, it was just all convoluted and stuff like that. We're now back to the negatives. So yeah. And not only that, but also pretty much like, why would Homeland Security like host their meetings on MS Teams and Zoom and all that? You'd think that they'd use something more encrypted and private, like their own communication system. And not only that, but also how in the hell does downloading all of our data stop tanks and planes and jets and helicopters from working? I mean, I get the whole thing of like, well, at least most parts of the internet, you know, shutting down and all that, except for YouTube. That was still up and going just fine though. But how exactly would it affect helicopters and jets and stuff like that? It doesn't make sense. But keep in mind though, so all that happens, right, where we can't use jets or helicopters and all that, yet all of a sudden now we can, to bomb the DHS building and, you know, blow it to Kingdom Come along with the rest of Washington. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah, pretty much, if you just want to watch a bad movie for sake of watching a bad movie, then this is the one for you. But if you are going into this thinking it's gonna be a good one like the previous version or versions, well, I'd hate to say it, but yeah, don't hold your breath. No, that, but also of all things, it's starring Ice Cube, yes, which is fine, all, but as a data analyst or something like that, yes, Ice Cube on a computer for a whole movie, hacking and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Ice Cube. He's one of my favourite rappers, and I even grew up watching some of his movies, you know, like Are We There Yet? And so on. Damn, I haven't seen that movie in a while. Damn, those were the days. Now, like I say, he's a bad actor. I mean, that's just me personally, but it just doesn't really seem like his type of role for him, you know. Just, yeah, it was it was a different role for him, sure, but just not sure if it was his type of role. So yeah. So yeah, there you have it. So it's worst movie of this that I've seen of this year, as in that has come out this year, but not the worst movie I've seen overall from this year. Trust me, Gamer still holds first place, but this is second only to Gamer. This is second place, I will say. So yeah, there you have it. Anyway though, there's probably a few other things I've missed, but you'll probably already know about all this by now. So yeah. Anyway though, yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to. Stay tuned for videos, and I'll see you in the next one.